Hi everyone. So it is me again. As I'm sure everybody's watched part one, hopefully. But last time I gave my speech on how social media is a negative in college-aged students' lives, and this time I'm going to be looking at the opposite. So I'm in support of social media. So again, imagine you wake up in the morning and you check your phone, and within just a few seconds, maybe a minute, if you're a slow reader like me, you've seen updates from your friends, reminder about upcoming events, news from around the world, and maybe even something that made you laugh. Before you even left your bed, you're already connected to the world around you. So I'm really looking at it from that good positive perspective, because you can really just understand a lot of things in the world really quickly, and all the information is kind of available at your fingertips. So imagine the opposite: no quick communication, no instant updates, no easy way to stay in touch with people who matter to you. For most of us, that'll feel like losing an important part of our daily lives. And so social media often gets blamed for being a distraction, a waste of time, or even harmful. And it certainly can be misused super easily, I will say, but that's not necessarily the full picture. So what we don't talk about enough is how beneficial social media can be, especially for college students like us. So as a student, I've used social media not just for entertainment, but to stay connected with others, find opportunities and keep up with important information. And when used intentionally, social media isn't a problem, it's a powerful tool. The truth is, social media it can strengthen relationships, create opportunities, and give us access to information faster than ever before. Sorry, Phil. And instead of focusing on reducing it, we should focus on using it more effectively. So today I'll explain how social media helps us stay connected, how it opens doors to new opportunities, and how it keeps us informed in ways that benefit our daily lives. So first we'll talk about connection. One of the most important benefits of social media is the ability to stay connected with others. So as college students, many of us are living away from home for the first time. I know a lot of people here are online, and it can be a little bit different. I know a couple folks who, stay living at home. But I know a lot of people that kind of, moved across the country and pursue better opportunities, especially for school. So social media really allows us to maintain that relationship with family and friends, no matter how far away they are. A quick message, a shared photo, or a video call can really make a huge difference in helping us feel supported and less alone. But it doesn't really stop there either. Social media helps us build new connections, so making new friends. Think about group chats for classes, student organizations, or even meeting people with similar interests. Platforms allow us to find communities we might not have access to otherwise. Whether it's connecting with classmates, networking with professionals, or really even joining groups related to your major, social media expands your circles in ways that weren't possible before. So while some people see social media as isolating, it actually has the power to bring people closer together if we use it intentionally. Now let's move on to the opportunities. So social media is more than just entertainment, it's a platform for growth. So many students use social media to find internship jobs and networking opportunities. Employers and organizations often post openings online as well, so having access to that information in real time definitely gives you, an advantage. And in addition, social media allows people to showcase their skills and talents. So whether it's posting artwork, sharing photography, creating videos, building a personal brand, these platforms really give students a chance to express themselves and gain recognition. I myself, I have a friend who's able to do social media full time as a career. So it's really something that can even present a career opportunity, because even if you're not trying to become an influencer, social media can still provide value to you. You can follow experts in your field, learn from their content, and really just stay updated on trends that could impact your future. It's like having access to a constant stream of knowledge and opportunity right in your pocket. So instead of seeing it as a distraction, we can see it as a tool for personal and professional development. And finally, I really want to talk about information, because that's the big thing that's going on, especially in times right now. We live in a fast-paced world, and access to information is more important than ever. So social media allows us to stay informed about current events, campus news, and important updates almost instantly. Instead of waiting to hear about something hours or days later, we can know what's happening in real time. And it's certainly not something where I want to get political or anything like that, but I know that's really been a big thing that's on a lot of people's minds. So I've definitely done my fair share of Googling and things over the past, few months, and it's really helpful to be able to see everything kind of updated in real time. So it can also be especially helpful for students. So whether it's learning about class cancellations, campus events, or like important deadlines, social media keeps us connected to what's going on around us. And a really big thing I want to mention there too, especially with the U of M, is Handshake, because they are always setting things out. Folks can find internships from there and things like that. So it's super helpful to stay updated with something like that, even if it's just through email. And I don't know if folks consider that social media, but in this case, I kind of will. But it really allows us to learn in new ways. Of course, not everything on social media is accurate, so take everything with a grain of salt, because that's why it's really important to think about what we see. Because when used responsibly, it can be incredibly valuable source of information. But really, again, let's just imagine the results. If we continue to view social media purely as a negative, we may miss out on the benefits that it offers. We might disconnect from opportunities, limit our access to information, and just lose valuable connection with others. But if we shift our perspective and focus on using social media intentionally, the results can be very different. Imagine using social media to simply stay connected with friends and family in a meaningful way. Imagine finding internships or job opportunities through posting connections. Just imagine learning new skills and really focusing on things that are valuable to you. And instead of it controlling your time, you're using it as a tool to improve your life. So that's really the main difference. It's not about how you use social media or how much you use it, it's about how you use it. So here's what I really want everyone to take away from it. Social media is not inherently good or bad. It's more like a tool, and any tool, its impact depends on how you use it. So when used intentionally, it can definitely keep you informed and benefit your life. And I really challenge a lot of people to focus on how you think about social media. So instead of automatically assuming it's a waste of time, start using it with purpose. Follow accounts that inspire you and connect with people who support you, and use it to learn and grow. I can name folks, right off the top of my head who come to mind, people who are doing really good, positive things for the community on social media. And I really think the goal isn't to eliminate social media, it's to make it just work for you instead. Because at the end of the day, social media is not something that you need to escape from. It's something that you can use to build a better and more connected and more informed life. So, so don't just scroll, use it with purpose. But thank you for listening, everyone.